All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kingdom Radio. We are here at this frequency of 94.9 FM. And today is the day that the Lord have made. And we are about right now to go into a hard talk. We want to talk about Africa. We want to go to Africa right now. Let's welcome our sister, Ada Jesus. You are welcome, Ada Jesus.
Good evening, Pastor Chris.
Good evening.
Thank you for having me on your platform. How was your weekend? How is your weekend?
Yeah, the weekend, it's a nice one. We are here watching to see on how we are going to preach the gospel, because this is the time to preach the gospel to all nations. So we have been here for the past 6 hours proclaiming the good news to all our people, and I believe that a lot of testimony is going to come in very soon. God bless you, woman of God.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So today, what do you want to tell us?
Hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good day from all over the world, wheresoever you are watching us. This is our program, Arise Africa. Arise Africa. We are here again. We apologize for the delay of time because we have a lot of programs today. Please, if this is your first time, please sit down, share the page so that it can reach as much possible as we can reach. Today we have a special program with youth. Today we are going to focus our program on the youth, African youth skills and empowerment. Skills and empowerment. And for that, we have a special guest today that we have invited all the way from Nigeria, all the way from Lagos, Mr. Kevin Obioma, aka Kelvin Keys. Mr. Kelvin is a Nigerian youth, an entrepreneur. He's a music producer, and he's also a CEO of 2 companies, a printing company, production company. He does a lot of things. And also he's a graduate of Nigerian University. So we want to hear from the side of Mr. Kevin today as a Nigerian youth, how is it to be a skilled entrepreneur? How is it to be a skilled youth? How does he empower? How can he empower the African youth? Remember, what we are discussing is Arise Africa. How can Africa rise again? How can Africa take back what belongs to him? How can Africa gain back his status on the ground? And that is why we are bringing to you every week different topic that may interest you, that may give help us to rise again in Africa, because I think time has come when we have to take the bull by the horn. And today we are going to hear from the youth side, because we have been talking about African identity. We have been talking about talent, how to discover your talent and use it to impact on the society. But today we want to talk about, when you have discovered your talent, how do you develop your talent, and how do you empower your talent as a youth, as a Nigerian youth? God bless you, Mr. Kelvin. You are welcome to Arise Africa. Can you hear me, Mr. Kelvin?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
You are welcome to our program, Arise Africa. Today we are going to speak on the topic that says African youth skills and empowerment. And I hope you come very loaded, because we want you to tell us as a youth, because we learn you have been able to achieve a lot of things as a youth. There are many people who graduate from the university, they begin to fly from one place to another to look for a job, and when they can't get the job, they get frustrated. They begin to blame the government, they begin to blame the people. Some people said, if you don't have somebody in the at the top, you can't even be somebody in life. But I see that you didn't need to wait for those processes. You didn't need to wait for the situation of the current situation of Africa or your country to weigh you down, lack of job or good job opportunities to weigh you down. You wake up here on your own and use your skill and add to your skills and use it to empower yourself and get something doing. So I think that this is one of the things we, the African youth, need to emulate. That is why we have invited you today to speak on this topic. Please, you have about 15 minutes because we have spent more for our time. Don't go straight to the points, one or two things. God bless you, and you can commence.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on this platform. I really and truly appreciate it. And I am not downplaying and will never downplay on it. All right. So my name is Kelvin. I am a youth, and when I was told I was going to be sharing on this topic, it has been on my mind, and I really want to express myself and tell the world, African youths in particular, that they have been made for more. So in regards to the empowerment and skill acquisition, because most times what is wrong with African youth is our mentality. There is a pattern that we have grown, that we have seen our parents work with, and this pattern is what has been delaying us, is holding us back. And if anything is going to happen to African youths, then we must have to unlearn so many things that we've learned over time. We must have to come out of our shell and do some mind-blowing things that really needs to be done. I'm talking from my own angle because I know most things. I've worked with youths. I still am a youth. I'm still working with youths presently, and this is just one thing that has been hindering youth. There's a mentality that has been incurred into the hearts of youths of these days, and this mentality has been affecting them. They don't believe. They most times, even after we have acquired many skills, acquired all the skills, and you are empowered, and everybody, you go acquire a skill and you are empowered to do most of these things that you acquire the skills for. Because of this same mentality, because of this same belief system, it still keeps affecting our youth these days. In regards to the skill acquisition and empowerment, there are two major things I really want to say. And I have a limited time, so I'm still going to work with my time frame. There are two major things I want to say. There are two major skills that, as a growing youth, there are two major skills that you need to have as a growing youth. And one of that skill is communication. Communication. I think this particular skill is unpopular. Like, it is overly underrated. Many people who don't, everything that you need to know today in the world today is about communication. How you can communicate your ideas, how you can communicate your belief, communicate your content, communicate what it is that you have. So in this communication it can be in regards to visuals, it can be in regards to writing, it can be in regards to anything. So communication is a particular skill that every African youth should endeavor to have. So you can communicate. You may, apart from just having a skill, you can be a programmer, you can be a media personnel, you can be a journalist, you can have a skill. But how do you communicate your skill to the world? How do they know that you have this thing? You can be
The network, as you can see, the network is giving us probably not Nigerian network, but I think we'll have in a short time, we'll have Mr. Kevin on screen. He's talking about communication. When we talk about developing your skills, you have to be able to have a good. I think we'll have Mr. Kevin. Mr. Kevin, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, you were talking about a good communication.
Yeah, talking about communication as a skill. So every youth should endeavor to be able to communicate their ideas. They should be able to communicate what it is that they have. apart from just learning how to do all this or learning how to do anything that comes freely to you or that you're gifted with, apart from growing it, is not enough. Communicating these skills is paramount to making it what it should be in our world today. Most times, our youth today, we are very lazy. We are very lazy. We don't want to learn. We don't want to. So it's not apart from just having to get the knowledge of a skill. Like let me use for instance, apart from just
We are having a break network problem today with Mr. Kevin. You know, Nigeria, that is how their network is. It's very difficult to have a stable network. But I think Mr. Kevin will soon have you back on the stream. He's talking about communication as a skill. He's talking about communication. That for you to develop your skill proper as a youth, you need to be able to communicate, because as much people as you can reach to, because even the Bible says a closed mouth is a closed destiny. There are many people who knows how to do many things, but the ability to tell someone or to commercialize that thing or to visibilize that their skill is one of their problems. That is what our guest is trying to tell us today, though we are having a network issue. I really wanted us to hear from him as a Nigerian youth and African youth, from the side of the African youth. I pick one point that he said we African youth, we are kind of lazy, you know, and this word, it sounds like a ring on my ear, because I know this word has been a popular word among the Africans, among the Nigerians, because our president said that our youths are lazy youth. So how truth is that word? How truth is it that our youths are lazy youths? Please, if you have a comment, do put it on the comment section. Do you agree that our youths are lazy youths? Well, we have Mr. Kevin back. Mr. Kevin, please, we are really having a tough time. What we really want to hear from you, because you made your comment that one of the problems that our youths have is that our youths are lazy youths. So you know that word like ring, it rang on my ear. You know, this word have been causing problem in Nigeria specifically, and Africa as a whole, because our president said that the Nigerian youths are lazy. So how true is? I want you to specify that word, expatiate it. No, throw more light. What do you mean when you say that our youths are lazy?
all right, thank you very much. Thank you for having me back. When I say our youths are lazy, I don't mean in the context of, I mean in the context of learning how to communicate their skill. Because we have so many talented youths, we have so many skilled youths, but how do you move from the point A where you are to the point B where you need to be? So in regards to communicating their skill, to bringing this thing to limelight, that is what I mean. But if it's in regards to developing their skill, they have this thing in them. They are gifted. We have very gifted people in Nigeria, very gifted people from very gifted youths. But most times, how do we move from where we are to where we want to be?
Now, I want to, ask you a question regarding what you are saying. You remember our topic says African youth skills empowerment. African youth skills empowerment. Now, when you go to the Western world, you see that skills are being included under the plan of education, Ministry of Education, what we call Ministry of Education in Nigeria. Skills are being added. You understand? Not like Nigeria in so many parts of, if you can, so many parts of Africa. If you want to learn a job, you have to go to an individual who may not even have a certificate, or who may not even may have not even gone through a professional or legal process to acquire
That's
his
true.
skills, to go and learn. Then you can notice that in advanced world, it is not like that. It is not like that,
Yeah.
because these skills are given more importance than even education. It looks as if maybe the Westerners, they are more educated than we, but no,
Yeah.
because they really you know, they really put more effort on skills, and they add it
Yes.
to the, when you get to a certain level of college, you can decide to be skilled even under the skill. Now, I want to
That's
ask you, does this in any way affect the African youth, the ability that lack of you know, professionalism on skills,
yeah. Yeah.
the little important that the government or Ministry of Education or education institutes are giving skills? Does it really affect the African youth not to give much importance on skills?
In regards to skills and vocational training, the government have put up a curriculum, sorry, that does not trigger these things. Because normally, like you said, in the Western world, these vocational trainings, they are part of their curriculum. We need to have more
Yeah.
of this too in our own, in Africa. We need to have more vocational trainings so that these youths who are very eager to learn,
It's like
available.
we are having, like Mr. Kelvin, can you come on
It's not
screen,
just
please?
about going to school and getting to see.
Yeah, we are talking about vocational trainings or skills. I asked if the less important that the African government is given to skills, does it really affect the youth? Because it's like the youth does not take skills to be that much important. And Mr. Kelvin, please, can you, if your listening is okay, please come online, come on screen. I apologize for this program because Mr. Kevin, our invitee, um, is having a connection problem. You know, Africa is having connection problem. I think he's back on screen. So, Mr. Kevin, rounding up because our time is fast
Can you hear me?
spending. Yes,
So
rounding up,
sorry
I
about that.
just want to ask you. I just want to ask you a question. Uh,
Okay.
just to round up, you know, our topic says youth, African youth and empowerment, African youth and empowerment. And today we know that, especially almost every part of Africa, we are facing a lot of problems, a lot of economic problems, unemployment. Um,
Yeah.
uh, the youths are more affected because most of them finish school, they can't even get a good job. So I just want to ask you, speaking from the perspective of the youth, do you think that government should there should be a law that will obligate the common entrepreneurs to take a skilled laborer and you know, and to employ skilled laborers so that skills will be more values will be added on skills? Do you think something like that will be possible, or it will help grow Africa?
Yeah, it's going to help boost Africa as a whole. And they should encourage SMEs, like so small, medium enterprises, they should encourage SMEs. So, and most times, everybody who wants to, not everybody wants to just do this white collar job thing. So most times when these people acquire these skills, they should encourage startups so that when they acquire these skills and they are moving ahead with these skills, the government should encourage them, allow them grants, and follow them up So not making policies that are going to grind them and charges and taxes, like you just keep paying taxes, you just keep paying taxes. I have stories because most of the things I have, I can't just say them here. But government, they put more levies on these SMEs, and how do you thrive? As a youth, how do you thrive when you know that all these things they are compounding on you, and when you're not meeting up, there should be consensus for youth who are starting up, for startups, for small medium enterprises, to just help them boost, to help them grow to a particular level. I think that's my contribution.
Okay, Kevin, I want to ask you for a favor. You can decide whether you will do it or not. I want through this platform, some people have written me and asked me, in Nigeria in particular, that we are having a lot of issues, especially with the Nigerian soldiers who are shooting on the civilians. And many youths have been complaining. So they are like calling for a second protest. Let the youth come out and protest. So I want to know your opinion, if you support that, or if you can from here, grant their request. So the ball is on your court. So with that, we conclude.
Wow, like that in particular, I'm going to say I'm in support of that, because I have stories upon stories upon stories, like police brutality and this protest thing. I am fully in support of it. Why? Because every thriving youth, mark my word, every thriving youth, they are not hooligans, they are not delinquents. Not every thriving youth, because they see you, and I got molested at a point, and they held me from morning till night, and at the end of the day they drove me to an ATM and they took all of my money. Like, I was even very lucky. What I just had was 13,000. They took everything, and one of them gave me 1,000 naira that I should use that for my transport. I did not. I was held. So this brutality and all that, is a case. If I'm saying it out here right now, I'm in support of that. So as a youth, we need all these loopholes, all these things should be fixed. I'm saying something that is not in line with what I was told to talk about. But this in particular should be, I think it's worth the time to. I'm sorry if I'm deviating, but this is worth the time to. In regards to that, those policies that they make, how can you stop someone and you just touch their phones and that is it? Every youth that thrives, they are not hooligans. We have hardworking youth, we have talented, we have gifted people who are youth.
So Mr. Kelvin, sorry, if you are to call the youth's attention on that, or for protest, what will be your word? I want you to direct your word to Nigerian youths. What do you expect from them?
What I expect from Nigerian youth in regards to this particular protest, like calling for a second protest, is that I think that's not the way out. Like what we are seeing, the way out of this is for the government to make policies that are going to encourage these youths. If we have so many unemployed youths, and every one of them, they are out there on the streets, and the next thing, a policeman gets this person, and this person is a thief, this person is a thug, this person is Yahoo, or whatever that is. But that's not it. I am putting out to every youth, like we are saying, with your skills, is a system. The way to overgrow a system is not to fight it. You overgrow a system with your mind. This system here is here to curb us, to bring you down. But you don't overgrow a system by fighting that same system. This system has been here. To overgrow a system, you have to grow above the system from your mind, grow from your skills, grow through these vocationals. So whichever way it's coming, you know that what's on your mind is above this system, and I am here to grow above this system. Calling for another, and we are going to have people who are going to get get shot. The best thing is for every youth to grow above this system with their mind through hard work.
Mr. Kevin, we are spend our time. Now, Mr. Kelvin, thank you very much
Thank you so much.
Being in our platform. It's a privilege another time when you will come and speak and tell us all that you have planned. It's a privilege having you. Don't forget, this is our program, Arise Africa. I am still your daughter, your sister, your minister, Ada Jesus. Don't remember, every Saturday we are here in the same platform, Kingdom Radio 94.9 FM. You can also follow us on Instagram, Kingdom Radio 94.9 FM. You can also follow us on our YouTube page, Kingdom Radio 94.9 FM. If you are not opportune to watch this program because of the variability of time, you can as well go to our you go and put down your comment. What do you think about African youth? What do you think about calling a second protest? What do you think about the government Ministry of Education putting more value on skills, on skills that are not from the university but normal skills? Put down your comments and tell us what you think. God bless you and remain blessed. See you next week. God bless you.
Kingdom Radio, Kingdom Radio, Kingdom Radio, 94.9 FM. Kingdom Radio, Kingdom Radio, Kingdom Radio.
The Bishop on
Kingdom Radio. We give you the best. We give you the very best. Kingdom Radio. We're giving you the best. We're giving you the best. See, anywhere you go around the world with that. Sweetie, the fam with that. 94.9 with that. Anywhere around the world. See, anywhere you go around the world with that. Sweetie, the fam with that. Kingdom Radio. Kingdom Radio. Kingdom Radio. 94.9 FM. Kingdom Radio.
The Bishop on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Kingdom Radio 94.9 FM in collaboration with Stars of Our Generation present to you the Youth Empowerment Kingdom Project with the team, The Youth is the Future. And this project entails grooming a new generation of seasoned and well-bred professionals, building a generation of honorable leaders for our tomorrow, giving opportunities to youth to fulfill a destiny that could be otherwise disrupted, providing opportunities for legacy building for our future. Please join us to raise the leaders of our tomorrow. For sponsorship and support, contact us on stargeneration2017@gmail.com or Kingdom Radio 94.9 FM @gmail.com. And always tune in to Kingdom Radio 94.9 FM stereo.
94.
Jesus, you reign. Oh, thank you, God. Now you the reign, my fellow, now you the reign.
Man, I bricks again, oh. Always on my mind when I call, don't you answer me. Always on my mind when I call, don't you answer me. Oh yeah, angels are singing, 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 singing. You are worthy, you are worthy. Angels are singing, 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 singing. You are worthy, yeah, oh. Because in the morning light, I feel alive. Every time you just show me joy, that's the reason I'm writing this song. La 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 la, I'm feeling your love. Papa, Papa, you're a father like none. I'm in love with you, my Lord. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can answer my call now. In the morning and even the night time. Hey, answer my call now. I believe you go answer my call now. Now you be the Baba, I go praise your name till I lie. Now you be the Alpha and Omega, I go praise your name till I lie. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not your usual song. Always on my mind when I call, don't you answer me. Always on my mind when I call, don't you answer me. Oh yeah, angels are singing, 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 singing. You are worthy, you are worthy. Angels are singing, 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 singing. You are worthy. Yeah, oh.
Hey, Yahweh, Yahweh, my Yahweh,
My way.
I will praise you on my day.
On my day.
Plenty blessing come my way. Carry me, come away, wahala day.
Walla day.
You don't they go far away. Now the reason I they shout at me.
Shut ale.
I be they drinking Gary. Hey. Now so Jehovah bring it talking. See me, that you are the reason I'm singing. All of my worship I bring, as it belongs to you. Always on my mind when I call, don't you answer me. Always on my mind when I call, don't you answer me. Oh yeah, angels are singing, singing, singing.